Hello, I wanted to jump on and talk to you today about staying committed and staying focused and staying on track. Because if you're anything like me, life pulls you in 5,000 different directions and it can make it really, really difficult to focus on the thing that is for you and what is important for you. Because you're always putting other people's needs and other people's priorities first. And that's completely understandable. But the thing that we need to look at when we are struggling to commit to ourselves or take that time, or if we're constantly rescheduling on ourselves or not making our sessions and things like that. And this is no shade and no shame on anyone in particular, because this is just something that I think that needs to be discussed, because I think everybody does it somewhere along the line. And there comes a stage where we go, okay, what we've been doing in the past wasn't working for us. Canceling on ourselves, putting ourselves last, not doing those things wasn't working for us. And it's not a case of us being selfish. It's a case of us actually being selfless. Because if we don't work on ourselves and if we don't do the things that make us feel better, and the things that help release the dopamine and the serotonin, then we can't function at as a higher standard or as a higher level in the rest of our lives. And this may mean that we need to take a whole half an hour, potentially an hour if you've got travel and stuff, to ourselves. And this is so hard for so many women. And I completely respect that. We have so many priorities. And like I said, we are pulled in so many different directions. But in order to achieve the goal that we want to achieve, we do have to take some time here and there. And I'm not saying you have to do the full 30 minutes in one go. I'm not saying that you have to, that you have to do an hour. I'm saying that we do need to change the behavior that we have done in the past in order to do something and get something different moving forward. So how can we manage and negate these situations? Firstly, I think it's really, really important that we have frank and open discussions with the people with whom we share our lives. Obviously, if you've got small children, then that conversation can be a little bit hard. Like, mummy's got to go to the gym, mummy's going to feel better going to the gym. But when it comes to doing your at-home workouts, you can definitely include them in those workouts. Like, my boys will be like, come on, we're doing exercises. They make believe and play that they're doing exercises and going to work at the gym and things like that, because that is something that they see on a day-to-day basis. The other thing is, partners or family members, depending on who you're living with, having that conversation and going, look, I'm really going to need you to be home at this time on these days so that I can go to the gym, or I'm going to need you to leave for work a little bit later on this day so that I can have time to get home from the gym. Because without us taking that time for ourselves and actually communicating that, our partners might not realize, or the people that we live with might not realize how important this is to us and to ourself. Okay, take self-worth, take self-esteem and all of that out of it, and let's talk about the chemical releases, the hormone releases that we get in doing things that are good for us. So it is super important that we do also consider, if we are at home and in terms of doing our at-home workouts, it's so easy for us to be like, oh, I don't have half an hour in a day to do this thing. I completely get that. There are some days where I'm like, I don't have 5 minutes to scratch myself. However, sometimes we think we don't have time when we may actually have pockets of time that we can use. So my recommendation is to set like a social media timer so that you can assess how much scroll time that you're doing. Also look at whether or not you are sitting down to watch, like a television series or something like that. You do your workout while you're watching the television series, right? Chuck in some squats or whatever at the end of the day, do some push-ups, whatever. A little bit of this while you're doing something else. Even while dinner is cooking, those little tiny pockets and those little tiny pieces of effort and workout that you do, they all go towards the end goal. So I just wanted to really speak to that today, because it is definitely something that I see a lot of, women who are like, yes, I'm ready, I want to commit. And then they're like, oh shit, it's not working. Like, I'm so stressed. There are so many different things and I feel bad. I feel selfish because I'm taking time out for me. I want you to know you are not selfish. This is not selfish. Doing something for you, making yourself healthier is going to make you live longer, right? Making yourself healthier is going to make you feel better, have more energy. Our partners are going to thank us for that because we're going to feel better. We're going to be more confident in ourselves. But our kids are going to thank us because we're able to get up on the trampoline with them. We're able to run around the backyard with them. So while it feels selfish in the moment, sometimes we need to think of the long-term goal in order to really give ourselves the permission to go and do the thing. In whatever pocket of time, you can do that thing.